a protester showed up and went absolutely crazy on law enforcement.
Cowards! 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 Cowards!
How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk a little bit more about the Washington D.C. beautification effort. I played a few videos in the previous video from black residents talking about how much they love it. The sun is shining, the birds are chirping, I don't smell no weed smoke, everything is all good in the southeast part on Capitol Hill. I'm loving life since Trump came in and got the criminality up out of the streets. They love it. However, there are some, including your awfuls, and if you don't know what that means affluent, white, female, urban liberals and their counterparts. They don't like what's happening. They see getting drugs and guns off the street as somehow an attack on black people, which makes no sense, especially when black people are going to be the chief victims of gun crime in Washington, D.C. Now, before I go any further, let's get to a couple of clips. These are both going to be from Nick Shirley, one of the best guys on the internet. Y'all, please follow him on all his platforms. But we're going to watch the initial incident first of the drug dealer being arrested. Then we're going to hear from the actual homeless themselves to see what they think, which is not going to be the same thing as the so-called protester, the awful. But without further ado, let's go ahead and roll it.
Looks like right here they're arresting a homeless man. What's going on right here?
This man is being arrested.
For what he do? What he do?
We're hearing that he was distributing narcotics.
Downplaying it, and guys like that I hate, but I digress.
Okay, so they're getting a drug deal off the street.
I don't want to characterize them. I don't know.
All right, they're arresting this guy right here. They say that guy just said he was arrested for narcotics, so he's either a homeless man or a drug dealer here on the street. There you have in the bag whatever he was selling. They put it in the bag, so he was indeed selling drugs. Right now we have the FBI, the police, Secret Service. We got about 8 agents out here right now, and there is the bag right there with all the money and the drugs that he was selling on the streets.
After he had been arrested, a protester showed up and went absolutely crazy on law enforcement.
Cowards! 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 Stay away from homeless people! You fascist bums! Get the fuck out!
This
Nobody
lady just arrived and
wants
she's
you
screaming
here.
in the megaphone.
Nobody
I wonder if she knows that they just arrested a drug dealer off the streets of Washington, D.C. Wow, you have a... Wow, you got a loud voice.
Fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck you!
Wow, she just came right in here. This lady is an angry woman.
Stay away from homeless people! You fascist bum! Get out! Get the fuck out, bitches! Get out! Get out!
But why?
You motherfuckers! Get the fuck out! Out! Out!
Do you realize that they did arrest a drug dealer?
Oh my God.
Okay, now, before we get to the next video, you're seeing tents and stuff right out here, okay? So people are probably trying to sleep. I mean, not only the homeless, but the residents that are probably around here. You're totally disturbing the peace, but she probably would call herself a freedom fighter doing the good thing when most people around her would not think the same thing. Now, let's hear from the actual homeless themselves who are right there while this lady is screaming, screeching into the megaphone.
Be careful, everybody! These two fucking punks are up to no good!
This lady just came out of absolutely nowhere. She started yelling all sorts of things. She didn't even know what that guy got arrested for. Meanwhile, as we were walking, I'll show you guys right now, we walked past a bunch of homeless people. They weren't arresting just the homeless people. They could have came by and taken the homeless people off like the news has been saying, but no, they arrested the guy that was selling the drugs to the homeless people.
That's why I love Nick so much, because he's going to go out there and tell you the truth and show you exactly what's going on. You see, the media would just show a so-called protester. They would show whatever they want to show rather than the full picture. Give me everything. The good, the bad, the ugly.
They came by and tried to take you guys off the streets?
They've been respectful.
They've been respectful.
Yes, they have not been aggressive or anything.
Wow, that's good to hear, because they just took off a drug dealer from the streets.
That's all they want. All they want is the drug dealers off the street and the people who dying. That's all they want.
Mm-hmm.
They don't want. They're not trying to fuck with the homeless. They want the drug dealers and the guns off the street.
Yeah.
You can't tell everybody that, but they all they want is the guns and the drugs. They already found that out. They came to jump out the same way. All they want is the guns and the drugs off the street.
So what have the law enforcement said to you guys coming through here? Because that lady just came here, she was yelling at the police, but meanwhile we just saw them arrest a drug dealer, and she's yelling at, saying they're taking away the homeless people.
To us. They didn't say anything. They walked by respectfully. They didn't give anybody any issues. I don't have a problem with law enforcement.
And should people be angry that they just took a drug dealer off the street?
No, it shouldn't be. I'm happy that DC is being cleaned up. And I'm not going to blame it on racism or anything.
Did that lady wake you up?
Of course, it's a disturbance because she was provoking on purpose. And, you know, you always got people out here, they say they're for a cause, but, I mean, it's almost 11 o'clock at night. It's very peaceful. The police don't have sirens going or anything else, and they were just decently speaking with people, but there's always people that will try to cause a problem deliberately.
Well, we hope you have a great rest of your night and fall
Thank
asleep
you.
well.
I hope so, too. I hope she doesn't come back on that blowhorn.
Really?
She was a little angry, right?
Very angry. So again, this is Nick Shirley. Shout out to Nick Shirley. Really, really, really good content. You guys, please subscribe to him. But that right there is the reality of what's happening in a place like DC. And that same type of situation where you got the awful in the megaphone doing the metal screen. Okay, what you trying to be? You trying to be Ozzy Osbourne? Like, I don't know what's going on. You doing all of that while people that you claim to be helping are on the ground sleeping. You disturbing their peace, screaming in their ear. You're not doing anything to help them. The police are targeting the drugs and the guns, the things that make the homeless person's life more dangerous. Okay, you got them out there just trying to find a way to be able to sustain themselves to the next day, and you got the criminal element mixed in. The drug addicts, the drug addicts, the drug sellers, the young guys that's just completely wild and brainless. You got all of that going on, making their lives much more difficult. Everyone, all the law-abiding people, even the homeless, want DC to be safe. If you don't want DC to be safe, then I got to ask the question, why? Are you profiting from this? There's quite a few non-governmental organizations, also known as NGOs, that profit quite a bit off homelessness. Maybe you don't like President Trump, so even if Trump turned water into wine, it doesn't matter how much good a person does, whether it's Trump, whether it's you, whether it's me. If people are dedicated to the idea of this person or of you or me being bad, they're going to hate them regardless of what they do, which is crazy. Listen, as I close, I want to say this. Shout out to President Trump for cleaning DC up. I wish this thing could be done all over the USA. I hope other cities take note of what's happening, okay? We don't see it as racist or hateful or anything else for you to get the criminal element out of the streets. Regular, everyday people, whether they be black, white, Puerto Rican, candy stripe, do not want to deal with criminality, period. But I think I'll leave that right there for now. And what say you? What's your opinion about the affluent, white female urban liberal out there with the megahorn, just cussing and fussing, carrying on, screeching, whatever your thoughts are, let me know in the comments below. What are your thoughts on the homeless people's reaction? Did it make sense? Was it common sense? I thought it was. Maybe you think differently, but whatever your thoughts are, let me know in the comments below. You guys know where I'm at. This was fantastic. Again, shout out to Nick Shirley. Shout out to all the law-abiding citizens in DC and everywhere else in the USA who do not want criminality around them and who support the efforts to remove criminality from their presence. But whatever your thoughts are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.